I never got married to get divorced. Like most people, when I got married because I loved love. I still do. I wanted commitment and I wanted it to last forever. But then it ended. Divorce was one of the most painful things that I've experienced in my life. To me, it felt like grief. I'd call it a three-edged sword. So not only was I grieving the loss of a marriage or a relationship, I was also grieving failing. I had failed at something that society, my culture, and myself value highly. It also felt like a three-edged sword because I was grieving the loss of a future or a vision that I'd had in mind. And it was like, oh, there it goes into the bin. And why exactly am I filming this video? I'm filming this video because, firstly, it's not about rehashing what happened or blaming anyone. I'm filming this because whether you're going through divorce, about to, or it's the aftermath of your divorce, I know how lonely, confusing, and painful it can feel. I know how isolating it can feel. And I wanted to do a video to reach out to you and tell you about how I went through my healing journey. My hope is that you'll identify with some of the things that I talk about and that they will help you on your own journey. I want to encourage you that there is hope for healing. Even in the pain that I went through, God met me in that and helped me to heal along with other tools. But God was the umbrella that held those tools together. And the healing changed me and it changed my life so that I can come before you now and stand grateful, happy, peaceful, and very hopeful of the future. So whatever was meant for harm has been turned around for good. Besides it not being about blaming anyone, it's also about understanding how traumas and fears that I'd had since childhood all the way up until adulthood and before I went into marriage followed me, were with me. So things like fear of abandonment, rejection, feeling rejected, specific incidents that had happened that I'd never healed from. Those shaped the way that I looked at love and marriage. And it changed my experience of marriage. Looking back, I wasn't just searching for love, I was searching for healing. Trauma has a way of following you and shaping your identity through life. My traumas and feelings that I had, old beliefs, negative, fortified thoughts that I had about myself, certainly followed me and formed the way that I looked at relationships and the way I chose partners. If I wasn't choosing myself, how could I even know what a healthy relationship could look like if I didn't even see myself as valued or lovable? So some of the old beliefs and lies that I had about myself were, I'm unlovable, I'm unsafe, love hurts and that's normal, I'm not enough, I'm not worthy. Other lies or beliefs that I had about relationships were that people always leave. I have to earn love. I have to give something to get love. My body gets me love. People value my body more than they value what's within my heart. Really trash. I'm so glad that I'm free from thinking of those things as being the truth and seeing the light shining on those old lies to say, no, that's not true. It reminds me of the verse which says, the darkness can never overcome the light. It's like in my healing, the light shone on me. God shone his light on me, on my mind, and those old thoughts and those old beliefs started to be stripped away. Guys, imagine just, even trying to get into a relationship and you're feeling those things about yourself. The relationships that I then chose continuously affirmed those old lies, those old beliefs. So I was really operating from a place of brokenness within myself. So this brokenness, it even led me to isolate myself from my family because I so wanted to get married. I so wanted what I wanted. And I just ignored red flags. I ignored warning signs of relationships that I entered into, and I went in regardless. In mid-2020, a few days before I turned 40, I received my divorce certificate. And yes, it crushed me. It broke me. When we don't know our worth, we often choose relationships that mirror how we feel about ourselves. That was certainly the case for me. So I'm just going to go into some of the details of the end of my second marriage. I'm not going to talk about the other person involved, but I'm just going to give you some context to my story. So towards the end of the marriage, the breakup, there was so much going on, guys, and it's literally the grace of God to have made it through all of that. So what was happening was the marriage was breaking down and we were heading towards separation, and then my father passed away. So I traveled back to Zimbabwe to bury my dad and start grieving the loss of my father, whilst at the same time my marriage was collapsing. So it felt like double, triple, quadruple grief. At the same time, I was dealing with some health conditions. So I'd been diagnosed with fibroids. I'd had an operation earlier on in the year that my dad passed away. And then, unknown to me at the time, this was going to be diagnosed later. I was dealing with endometriosis that the doctors hadn't discovered yet. So I had pain that I was experiencing where no one knew back then that it was also endometriosis on top of the fibroids. Also, during that time, when my dad passed away, my addiction went through the roof. I just couldn't cope. I just couldn't cope at all. And I just coped by drinking. I couldn't cope with the fact that my marriage was ending at the same time. And I've shared my addiction story with you all here. So you can check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. You can go and have a look at that story. But it just went boom. It was like a Bunsen burner had just happened. So it was a painful time. So a journey that I haven't spoken about is my hair journey. So yes, my hair. So the link between my hair and divorce and pain. So basically when I got separated from my ex-husband, I decided I'm going to cut my hair. I want to cut my hair off. It was like this moment where I was just like, I need to go and cut my hair today. And I think that was really birthed from pain. It was birthed from frustration, pain, anger, and really wanting to separate the old Teorai, or separate myself from the pain somehow externally. And the only way that I could do that was to cut my hair. It was an act of rebellion. It was defiance. It was, I'm angry at what I've seen of life. And this is a rebellious, in inverted commas, act that I can do. It was also a rejection of myself. I didn't want anyone to give me attention. I didn't want people to look at me and think, oh, she's attractive. It was like that was the quickest way that I could build a wall around me to say, you cannot access my heart. You cannot access the Teurai, the real Teurai, so that you can get to know me. I'm shutting you out. And that was the way that I did that. And over the years, as I continued to heal, it was like I got to 2025, the year that I turned 45, and something switched. God just began to talk to me about changing my hair. And I think it was really just the healing that was happening within me, and me learning to embrace myself again, to embrace Teorai again. And so I changed my hair. So originally I had short hair, and then I'd put shaved sides, like patterns on the side of my hair. Then from there I went to the shaved sides with the braids in the middle, and then I've gone on to, of course, the hairstyles that I have now. But I feel good, I feel peaceful, I feel girly. I'm really enjoying trying different styles, whereas before I was very much adamant that I was just gonna have that style, and I had the Mohawk style. Sorry for my pronunciation, English. But anyway, I had that for a long time. Gosh, it must be like 7 years that I had that style. So it feels really good to step into just a new place, a revived place, a fresh place. I'm grateful. So even in the midst of all these pain and all these painful things that I went through, I really believe that it was a turning point for me. Fast forward to 2020, I get into rehab. I start with Alcoholics Anonymous. I start my recovery journey from alcohol addiction. Mid 2020, I get my divorce certificate. But I had gotten to the point where I had realized that I had no strength to help myself. And the only place that I could go to was God. It reminds me of a verse which says, when you seek him with all your heart, you will find him. And I truly did. Psalms 18:16 is another one which I love, which really just encapsulates my story, which is, he reached down from on high and he took a hold of me. He rescued me from deep waters. He surely did. I chose healing. I chose that I wanted to live freely within. I didn't want to live in what felt like a prison any longer. Because, guys, I really believe that we all have a choice to heal or not heal. We can walk around wounded, or we can choose to walk into healing. And healing is not easy. It can be so difficult. I've been through so many challenges in the healing journey, but the fruit of it, the transformation that you get within, is so worth it. The joy, the peace that follows is so worth it. And I'm so grateful for it. Healing is not linear. So even now, I'm still healing progressively all the time, although I'm so much further along than I was, so much better along than I was. I think just even having an awareness of an issue that you have is like a huge, massive step into stepping into healing. So yeah, I'm really grateful. And at that point, when I began my healing journey in 2020, it felt so exhausting, emotionally, physically, mentally. But I started realizing that God was trying to show me something, that I could never try and search for something that only He could ultimately give me first. And that was that inner peace, that rest, true healing, and learning my identity through Jesus Christ. Learning my identity in Christ, that I am loved, chosen, and not rejected. And you know, guys, when I began to realize that I needed a deep healing first within me before joy could truly come and fill my heart permanently, I started to learn how to rest in God. It reminds me of the verse that I really used to lean on. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. I started to learn step by step by step, like a little baby, how to get true rest within myself, how to rest in God, how to find peace that only Jesus could give me. And that's where the healing really began, when I just surrendered and I admitted to myself and to God that I did not have the strength to try and fix myself. I did not have the strength to try and continuously look for external things to fix me, whether it was alcohol, whether it was another relationship, whether it was exercising so I could look good, and then maybe somehow that would fix me inside. So I had to go in first with the Lord, and then as He began a deep work within me, then externally, week after week, month after month, year after year, I continued to receive that beautiful healing and to get to this place where I can even share my story with you. Looking back, I can see how these patterns of trauma and these old lies and beliefs deeply influenced how I looked at relationships and how I then showed up in marriage. One of the things that I constantly did was I sought validation. I looked for people to affirm me and to heal my wounds and to fill the emptiness that was inside me. So external validation meant that I chose relationships where I could hear, I love you, you're beautiful, you're this. And of course, there is always room for that in relationships. And, that is one of the things that normal, healthy relationships have, people affirming each other. But I was coming from a broken place, which is different, which was unhealthy. So I was seeking people to affirm me. I also tried to externally validate myself through exercise. So I exercised so my body could look good, so that people could approve of me. And then somehow I thought that would help me to feel better. Now, I love exercise, and exercise is one of the things that I teach. It's one of the things that helped me in my healing from divorce, and I'm going to talk about that later. But back then, I was using it in an unhealthy way. I also confused attention with love. As long as someone was present and they were giving me that attention, then that meant that I must be worthy, I'm good enough. They're telling me all these things that I want to hear that will help me, when in fact I needed a deep healing from God, and to understand deeply and believe within myself deeply that I'm lovable, that I'm chosen, that I'm of royal priesthood, that I am a holy nation, and all those good things that I am. And, with all those thoughts, like, if I could just look lean enough, if I could just look fit enough, if I could just perform in ABC, then this person would love me. If I could just do this thing that they like so much, then they will love me and I will feel loved, and then I will be lovable. With all that, I got to a point where it was exhausting, absolutely exhausting. And that's where I started to really see, after my divorce, that journey, going into that journey of understanding that these things had really shaped how I'd seen marriage, and really the penny dropped to be like, no, something has to change. And I think that it's also a matter of choosing healing. It's also a matter of being vulnerable if you're someone who is going through divorce. Now, I'm not going into the ins and outs and back and forth of this person did that and this person did this. I am really coming at it from a place of talking about you, looking at yourself and looking at the things that have shaped your views on marriage and relationship, and really identifying things that can help you in your own journey for the future if you go into, and when you, if slash when you go into another marriage, really helping you and just helping you on your own to find peace, to find healing. I think that everybody deserves to be loved. Everybody is lovable. You are lovable. You are worthy. And I really hope that in sharing my journey, you will get to see that I am no special or different from anybody else, right? But I was able to find peace, and you can too. Next, I'm going to talk about tools that I used in my divorce journey, holistic health tools. I really hope that you can use at least one of them or all of them to help you in your own journey, and feel free to share this video with others who you think will benefit from it. So the tools that I used, I still use some of these tools, but the first one was therapy. Therapy was so good for me. I really benefited from it a lot, especially when it came to sexual assault and healing from sexual trauma. I'd really like to thank the team at eCasa, which is Eastern Center Against Sexual Assault here in Melbourne. I worked with 2 therapists from there, and it was life transforming. I learned so many tools, including how to have healthier relationships. That really helped me a lot, and I really did the work, and I'm really grateful for the fruit that I saw from doing therapy. The next tool is exercise. Of course, I have to talk about exercise. Exercise is, one of the best healers. I love it because it gives you those feel-good endorphins. So it's just been excellent, was and is excellent for my mental health. So really helping with stabilizing my emotions, helping me feel joyful and peaceful, and making me feel stronger within myself and in my mind. So exercise is a yes for life. The next tool is healthy eating. I cannot overemphasize how important healthy eating is. Healthy eating helps you in terms of your emotions, your mental health. I'm really coming at the angle of mental health. Of course, exercise and healthy eating help with the physical benefits, of toning or shaping your body, your physical goals. But mentally and emotionally, oh my goodness. They say food is medicine. It surely is. And the great thing about food is that you can use different ingredients that work with different things. So for example, I love smoothies. Smoothies have been a big part of my healing journey. So even using things like maca powder, maca is really good for emotional and mental health. Things like spirulina as well. And of course, different vegetables and fruit. I even wrote a smoothie book, which has various smoothies with different health ingredients for different health issues or conditions, including improving mental health. And in terms of tools, this goes under exercise, but walking. I love walking. I really discovered walking because it became a way that I could do cardio besides using the elliptical when I'm at the gym, but a way that I could do cardio and also be kind to my womb, because I've been through, I'd been going through the fibroids and endometriosis journey. So I can't run anymore because it's so much impact on the womb. And in my healing journey, I've decided to choose walking instead, which is low impact. So I love walking. I walk everywhere where I can walk. And I love walking because when I'm walking, I can think, I can plan, I pray. It just really relaxes me and gives me those feel-good hormones. Another form of exercise is dancing. I love dancing, and you'll notice that in my content on my social media platforms, even here on YouTube, I have a different dancing videos that I do, and that is because in my recovery journey, in healing from all the things that I'd been through, I found that dancing helped me to express myself joyfully. It brought me joy. It makes me feel alive when I do it. I definitely don't dance because I'm a professional dancer, and I'm sure you can see I'm not, right? But I love it because it makes me feel joyful. It shifts emotions. It helps me to express the inner joyful me, because inside, really, one of my features, characteristics is joy. I love being joyful, and it's something that I learned to embrace, because I think for a long time I would be afraid of being joyful, because I think I used to think, how long will this last? Is it going to be taken away from me? Those are old beliefs. But now I will seize joy wherever I can get it. And dancing is one of those things that does that for me. And I like passing it on as well through the camera when I dance. And the biggest foundation that has held all of these tools together for me has definitely been my journey with God and Jesus Christ. That has been the absolute game changer. And one of those things, I've talked about God throughout this video, but one of the biggest things that has helped me is speaking and declaring the word of God over myself, over my mind, constantly. So I might declare a certain verse or verses throughout 1 week or a couple of weeks, however long, and it really starts to sink in, and I start to believe it and feel it and live it and become it. It says in the words that the word is a double-edged sword. It cuts through bone and marrow. It has definitely cut through my bone and marrow, and brought me the peace that you are now seeing in my face, the joy that is in my life, the gratitude that I have. So yes, I'm really, really grateful. I've learned so much. And honestly, even though I went through really painful times, I can look back and I can say, I became a better person. I became who I am today because of those things. So that pain was not in vain. It molded me, it shaped me, it refined me. One of the hardest things for me was that deep down, I knew that before I got married, I wasn't following God's will for me. I knew that He hadn't directed me to make the choices that I made. There was constant confirmation that, yeah, this was not what God wanted for me. And He had already told me before. I ignored so many red flags and I went ahead regardless. It just shows me God's grace though, and His character. Even though I made mistakes, He never abandoned me. He still met me where I was, forgave me, and healed me. What grace! It really taught me the lesson that no matter the mistakes that we've made, when we go back to God and we say, I messed up here, help, there is grace and there is healing always available. And when I marry again, I want it to be built differently. I'm so much more clear on what I want. It is so important to me to walk in God's will for me. And so it's also important for my husband to walk operating under God's will. I want to have those shared values of honesty, walking in God's will, and faith. I really want a husband who understands my heart. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I've learned how important it is to walk in God's alignment and will for my life. As I end this video, I just want to speak to you if you're a broken person. Maybe you're looking for love in the wrong places. Maybe you're looking for external validation. You might feel abandoned, rejected, unloved, unlovable, unworthy. I want you to know that it's possible to heal, that it's possible to learn new, healthy ways to love and live again. I want you to know that there's hope and that there is help out there. You can heal, you can get through this, you can rise up, you can stand up again, even if it means you got to get up 7 times and 7 times and 7 times again. You got this. You can do it. I am no different from you. I am no special or different. So if I can do it, I am living proof that it is possible. Thank you so much for listening and watching my story. I really hope that this video has encouraged you, that you can get through the difficult pain of divorce. If you've been encouraged by it, please like the video, share it with someone who might benefit from it too, and subscribe to my channel. For now, take care. I'll see you in the next video, and wherever you are in the world, you got this.